YouTube fans, here again. And as you know, when we do my horror marathon, I figured I'd do this one. 1982, from a well-known director being Daros Tidaros. I can never pronounce his name right, but if you want to know what I'm on about, this was the director that did just classics like Deep Red and Suspiria. And he did this one and all being Tenebrae. That's right, Tenebrae. Now, this was in the era when you had your video nasties, you know what I mean? Your blood, your door, your video nasties. So it's a bit surprisingly, this was a video nasty. That's why it was a video nasty. But saying that, I do like Tenebrae. It's more of a murder mystery, more of a slice and dice than your typical slasher film. So you got a little bit where you've got this guy reading a book, you get a monologue, you get a guy reading a book and reading about these gruesome murders. Then you get the most greatest tacit of all, you get this music. Now this music will play all the way through the film. I shit you not, it plays all the way through the film. And you think, oh god, music's going to play all the way through the film. But funny thing is, the music's like salsa. It's like a nice taxi bit of music. You've got a guy riding a bicycle. You think, what the hell's that all about? And then you find out that it's a guy writing this book. He's writing like murder books, murder mystery, suspense books. So you've got the idea he's a writer. And he's gone abroad writing all these foreign murder mystery books. But then you've got a guy, you've got the idea he's a serial killer and he's copying what he's writing in the books. So you get wonders, he's sort of shoplifting. This is hilarious. This is laughable. I mean, it's just pretty to look at, this dude, but she's shoplifting. And she gets caught for shoplifting, you know, nicking books. And she's talking to the guy who's basically, I'm assuming he's a shopkeeper, and she's, you know, tying it on with him and giving him sexual goals, and he lets her go. I'm not making this shit up. He literally lets her go because she says, well, give me your house number, let me know where you live, and I'll come to your house for bang, bang, thank you, man. So, ladies, if there's any pretty women out there, you get caught for shoplifting, just offer the shopkeeper a BS or a BJ, but in a nicer word, and I'll guarantee you will be out that door like Sonic the Hedgehog. It must work. If you're a pretty looking girl, you get caught for shoplifting, just offer the boss a bowl job, and you soon be out the fucking door. So I thought it was that laughable scene, but he lets her off. There's one bit in it you could tim down. You got this guy, you got the idea he's a dirty old man, and he's tying it on, and she whacks him. I'm assuming she needs him in the balls, and basically that scene you could just tim out because it wasn't really needed. But they do get one scene. It's in the house. You don't see it, but you sort of see the hand get hold of a psychopath, gets her, rams pages off the book in her mouth, and then slits her throat, and then she's a goner. So I don't like that, but there's a lot of good death scenes in it. He kills people with a razor. Kind of reminds me of Just to Kill. Reminds me of Just to Kill, only not as brutal. But this one good scene. It's these two women. You've got the idea of the lesbians, right? It's not me being urbanistic, that's what they are. And they're in this house, and you get that music again. If I could get away with it, but I wouldn't because I don't want to get a naughty letter from YouTube, I would pay the music. The music is so taxy. It's that nerfing scene, but a very tougher scene. You get a PV sort of the time the lens, like you do in Friday the 13th and Halloween and all that lot. But it's very good. It's like the murderous point through, so you get a PV shot. I diff Daros to Daros, the director is do. A diff the man is do. He knows how to film a film, makes it suspenseful, and makes it stylish. And it is. So you get a take PV shot, you hear that music. Do 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 do. I'm not gonna do the rest, I'll kill it. And you've got these scenes, you've got the killer breaking into the house, kills one dude, very iconic scene. She's putting a t-shirt on, he slices out the t-shirt, and you see her face like that. Yeah, there's still a lot of YouTube, a lot of doo-doo. You ever see a video nasty era with a t-shirt ripped and a woman's face like that? You think where it's from this film. And he slices and dices her, he kills her, a girlfriend comes in, a little bit nakedness. Not as memorable, but she gets a full slit. And she's brown bed, and then he takes photos of the bodies. bit of juice on. Then you get one girl in it, and I'm thinking, have I seen her before? I've seen her before. If you remember me reviewing another movie in the late 80s called Ghost House, that's the same girl that plays in this. A lot longer in this, as in this come out in the early 80s, like I say 1982. But yeah, the same girl that played in Ghost House is in this. There's a bit where she's walking, and you've got this Doberman, most smartest, intelligentest dog I've ever seen. Because it's right, it's hard to explain, but you've got this bad fence. Right, it's this bad fence, and it's trying to jump across to get this dirt, and somehow it manages to jump over the bad fence, chases her all the way to this house. She goes to this house, long road. It's a psychopath's house, and she gets the axe. Again, you don't see the killer, but you see her getting the axe, and obviously she's dead. You do get one actor. He's a young lad, the most pieces of wood I've ever fucking seen. This is his performance. Piece of wood, because this is his performance. We got to get out. The killer's coming. We got to get out. Seriously, I'm not even exaggerating that. That's his performance. But he just get a good death. Not that memorable. He gets strangled and that's it. But then there's a good scene where this guy comes in and he gets axed on the head, right? And you're assuming that's the killer. And there's a good bit where they get flashbacks. It's this girl and she's teasing this young lad, and he slaps her in the face. She gets a bloodied lip, and she gets these two lads to hold him down, and she batters him and kicks him down there. But then it shows another flashback of her getting killed. And you're thinking, what the hell is this all about? But it does go on in the story, because you find out who the killer is. And we've never seen Tenebrae from 82. No one's ever seen it, word of advice. Go and see it in any way, because I'm going to give you a spoiler. You've been warned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The killer is the book writer. You've been warned. He was the one who was writing the books on the murder mystery. It turned out that this woman humiliated him, made him look like a dick, and out of spite, because he got battered, he stabbed and killed this dude, and he went into a mental asylum. And then he come out a couple of years later, and because this other psychopath was killing women, it sent him round the bend. He killed the killer, went mad, and then it turned out he had a woman, right? He was having it away with his mate, by a well-known actor. That being Jack Johnson. No one knows who Jack Johnson is. Damn good actor, may he rest in peace. You know, he appeared in Black Christmas, appeared with Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, as well as the third. Jack Johnson, may he rest in peace. Well, it turns out he's having it away with his ex-girlfriend, and out of spite, he kills her. This is one of the reasons why the film was a video nasty, because it's a good scene. I know it was originally cut on TV, but there's a scene where she's got her hand like that, her arm's there like this, right? Her arm's there like this. That's a shitty effect now, because you can see what's going to happen before it happens, because you see her arm is past it. It's made out of, like a past it sort of arm. It looks like her arm is like a mannequin's arm. And the axe smashes through the window, surprise, surprise, and it cuts her arm off. And you see blood sturting everywhere, really all for the top, blood sturting out everywhere. It looks like something out of Soldier and Assassin, blood all over the place. The killer axes her to pieces. Then you get this police woman, she gets axed in the back, and that's when you find out the killer is that guy. It's the book writer. But this is a laughable scene, because he's going to kill one of his mates, right? And by accident, he gets killed by an ornament. I shit you not. It's not the copper. It's not anyone like that. It's a fucking ornament. Because what he does is he pretends to kill himself. He has a fake slit throat razor and pretends to slit his throat. And then you find it's a fake slit throat razor. No, it sprays out fake blood. And he kills the copper. Then he's aiming to kill his best mate, who was in a lot of Tadaros films. She played in Cheat Red. She played in a little scene, I think, in Inferno. I don't think she was ever in Suspiria, but I do know she was in Inferno. Been into a lot of Tadaros films. Well, he's going to give her the axe, and by accident, she walks this ornament, like a metal sort of spike, whatever the fuck it is, fires out, stabs him in the gut. He bleeds to death. Brown bed. She steams like a fucking knob. end of movie. And then you get that Jake theme tune again. But Tenebrae, not a bad one. I do know it come out, like I say, in 1982. In that era when you've had all these video nasties. This was one of the video nasties. Like I say, when he did put it on TV, it was ethically cut on the arm cutting scene, which now you can probably laugh at it because you can see it's a fake arm. But apart from that, it's not a bad one. It's sort of a murder mystery film. When I first saw it, I had to watch it a few times to get the gist of it. Again, I did the director his due. I give him his due. He definitely knows how to make suspense. He definitely is very good at making a film, whether it's a murder mystery, whether it's a horror movie, whatever. He has a way of making these films stylish, like Suspiria, like Inferno, like other films he's done, whether it be Deep Red. He has a way of making these films very stylish, and in this, it's definitely a stylish, slick film. So if you've never seen Tenebrae, check it out, 1982. That's it, it's a definitely made film, so I'll give it a 3-star rating. But into them, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later for some more movies and more movie reviews.